The author of this book is called Robert, his name is Robert G. Wright. The title of the book is Killing Cancer, Not People. Okay? Why? Because modern medicine today, with whatever they do, they treat symptoms and they end up killing. They end up killing people more than they cure. This is his book. And in chapter 6, he advocates this. The restructured ionized alkaline water could save your life. And he goes on further to say that the only machine that he will buy is this machine, the Enagic SD501, because of its quality, because of its longevity, and he expects the machine that he bought to outlast him, because his machine's lifespan is about 15 to 20 years, which is more than any machine that's out there. And in it there are living proofs of people who will give you testimony about having recovered from cancer. Okay? Now, that guy, his testimony is actually in that book on page 211 and 2112. He was given 3 months to live with throat cancer, and within 48 hours of getting introduced his water and drinking it, his ulcers disappeared. And he goes on to say that for the first time, I could start eating food within 48 hours of drinking this water. And he was given up for dead. Okay, and he's alive 18 months later. Okay, and then there are a whole bunch of other treatments. So before I go on to testimony and everything, let me talk about this. The Kangen water, type 1 is the pH of 8.5, 9 or 9.5. You may ask, why do you need 3 different pH of water? Okay, the only reason is because some people, because of a lifestyle being too acidic, when you jump to 9.5, the body starts reacting. Not bad, but they feel that it's bad because you want to be alkaline, and it takes a while to get used to. So generally they advise people, if you can drink 9.5, you drink 9.5 all the way. That's what you want to do. But if you can't, then drink 8.5 for about a week. And then 1 week later you drink 9. And then 1 week later you switch to 9.5 and stay at 9.5. And there are very rare people who cannot and they just continue to drink 8.5. Okay, but whatever it is, this water will be more alkaline than anything that you can find out there. Okay? So it's a powerful antioxidant, it balances your body pH, it's a powerful detoxifier. As I told you, water is the body's way. The body just uses water to bring nutrients in. It is also the way in which waste material is brought out. So if the water can't even go into the cell, it can't bring out the waste product from within the cell. So this water allows to do that, so it detoxifies the system. Okay? It's a superior hydrator. As you drink this water, your cells get flushed with a lot of water. Okay? It enhances absorption, increases oxygen, and it's actually very low cost. Very, very low cost. It's so negligible that whoever has this machine is encouraged to give the water away, like what Desmond did. So that when you give the water away, you impact people's life. When they experience the water, they will want the machine, and you're doing them a good thing. Okay? Okay, so that's that. Okay, besides that, I don't want to talk about this because it's about brain. This is about some of the effects of that water. When you take the water, the waste water, and pour it on plant. Have you ever seen an okra which is that size? Yeah? Chickens fed with this water, this is what happens. Because they're able to absorb a lot more nutrient, the egg becomes much bigger. Okay? Now, before I really go into it, okay, that's the drinking water. The clean water, okay? Why would we need a button for clean water? Okay? This water is very powerful. Once it's ionized, it becomes microclustered. Its ability to pull things out of the vegetable and stuff is very fast. You saw what it did to the tea, right? Now, baby's milk, infant formula, and allopathic medicine, the medicine that your doctor prescribes to you, always have a time release mechanism. Okay? When the doctor tells you to take this pill 3 times a day, he says it because that pill will release its drug into your system over a span of 8 hours. Understand? Yeah? But when you take it with this Kangen water, it will pull it out very fast. So the medicine or the baby's infant formula will not work according to the way it was designed to work. For that reason alone, they tell you don't take the medicine and baby's milk with this water. If you are on medication, the doctor's medication, give yourself half an hour on either side before you take the medication. Then when you take the medication, wait for half an hour, then drink this water. Because this water is very, very, very effective in pulling things out. And the medicine, which is supposed to last for 8 hours, won't last for 8 hours. Simple. That's why you've got clean water. And the clean water is better than the water that comes out of the tap. Why? Because it has got no chlorine, which is actually cancer causing. Okay? Type 3, the beauty water is mildly acidic. It's got a pH of 5.5. This is what you can use to wash your face. Put in a small bottle and spray all over your face. It hydrates your skin. Its pH is 5.5, so it acts like a toner. You don't have to spend money on toners. Keep a bottle with you and spray on your face every time and whenever you need it. Your skin will look very good. Take 1 liter of it. After bathing, pour it over your head. Massage it into your head, into your hair. Your hair will feel very soft, as if like it has been, as if like you've applied conditioner. So you don't need conditioner. And you will also nourish it so the hair, if you're suffering from hair fall or hair thinning, it will actually make it grow back again. Okay? It will stop that. It's got astringent properties and antiseptic properties. Okay? That's the beauty water. Next one is strong Kangen. This is what I'm going to demonstrate. Strong Kangen has got an ability like soap. It is able to break down oil. Okay, which is what you're going to see in a very short while. Okay, let me show it to you. Okay, this is oil. This, it says 100% pure sesame oil. Okay, this just purely represents the oil that you have in your food, which after you eat, it goes into your system, into your body, and starts clogging up all your arteries and veins. Okay, so it's just going to represent oil. Yeah. Now I'm going to pour some tap water into it. Okay. Tap water. You want to come and do it again? Okay, never mind. I'll shorten it up. This is tap water, so I'm going to pour. Choose one. Either one. Where? Which one? Second one. Okay. So I'll pour it. Why am I doing that? Is because I don't want you all to go away thinking I already prepared the glass with something. Yeah. So this is tap water, and I pour it into this. What happens when you pour water into oil? The oil floats. Very good. Smart young man. Okay, this is 11.5 pH water. The oil floats because the water is not able to do anything to that oil. This is also water. Okay, there's no soap in it. You don't drink it normally, but you know, if you drink it, it's quite okay. It's not harmful anyway. None of this water that comes out is harmful. Although we use the word strong acid, strong alkaline. It is not strong acid, strong alkaline. It's strong alkaline water. It's strong acid water. So it is just water. So it will not burn you. It is not harmful. If your kid accidentally touches and put the hand into the strong acid, nothing is going to happen. Okay, I sprayed the strong acid into my eyes to kill bacteria and nothing has happened. It kills bacteria. Okay? Now watch this. Can you see that? That is a strong alkaline. Can you see that? What do you think has happened? Anybody? What has happened? Magic. Is that magic? Both I started with oil. Anybody? Another guess? Not the old people, but new one. It's called emulsification. Okay? Basically the breaking down of the oil. The molecular structure of the water enables it to penetrate the oil and separate it and break it down. Okay? So imagine this kind of oil is actually stuck in all your pipes, meaning your arteries and your veins over years. Your cholesterol build up and all that. Drinking this water on a regular basis, not the 11.5, the 9.5 works. We use this 11.5 to speed up the demonstration. As you are constantly drinking it, your pressure starts going down because all this blocked arteries gets cleared out. Which is why a lot of people who drink this, they always come and tell us that blood pressure is normalized. We've got video testimonies of it too. Okay? The blood pressure gets normalized, the cholesterol level goes down. Generally, they become a lot more healthier because of that. Okay? It is the same property of being able to break down oil that is responsible for what you are about to see now. Okay? Which is another aspect of using this water. So think about what happens. Yeah? I'm going to wash this away so that we don't get. Okay. So now I have washed just 2 tomatoes. It's the first time we're doing this, by the way. Yeah? So we don't know. Normally we use this small little cherry tomatoes and we get people to taste it. Today it's a big one, so you're not going to get to taste the difference. Unless you want to, of course, you can. You will have one whole tomato. Goes out for trying. Okay, so this is typically how you will wash your tomatoes, right? Basically, you go to the market, you buy something, and you say, okay, I'm going to wash the tomato, and I wash it. So this is a tap water, and I washed it, so I expect the tomato to be clean. Am I right? Correct? So I've washed tomato. That is with tap water. Now watch what happens when I do this. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm hoping it will have the same result. It should, because basically the water breaks down oil and it will do this. And we will see a difference. Not that much, but we do see a difference. Do you see a difference? You all see a difference? Yes or no?
Yes.
The color. What about the color? What about the color? One's a bit more yellowish, right? One's a bit more yellowish, and one's looks still the same, isn't it? Now in cherry tomatoes, of course, you will see a lot more yellow. What is this yellow color? It's not the color of the tomato, okay? It's the pesticides. It's the pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, call it whatever you want, okay? The reason is because when the farmer sprays the pesticide, he doesn't want to do the job again and again and again. So when he sprays something, he doesn't want the rainwater to wash it away. So he will spray something on it which is waterproof. So typically it's oil-based. So that after a heavy rain, he doesn't have to go and spray on the crops again. Make sense? Make sense? Yeah. Very interesting question is, if the rainwater can't wash the pesticide away, can your tap water do it? You can't. You can't remove it. So as a result, what happens? The fruits which even the insects won't eat, you and I end up eating. Correct? Because we go to the market, we choose the one which is nice and ripe, right? You don't go and buy the one which is eaten by, next time go and choose the one which is eaten by insects. It's not safe. It's a fact. Yeah, because that's what happens. I was told 16 years ago that this trace amounts of pesticide that's in there, as you keep eating it over and over again, becomes free radicals in your system and eventually causes cancer. Hence the reason why today cancer is very high. It's the number one killer. More than 33 or 34% of all deaths in Singapore is caused by cancer. Yeah, and these are all carcinogenic substances. You don't realize this, but bit by bit in your family, by cooking all these vegetables without washing those things off, you have been poisoning your family. And eventually all this little stuff manifests as all sorts of problems, whether it's psoriasis or eczema, all this is toxin build-up in your system. 16 years ago, I found out about something called the biodegradable cleaners. Biodegradable, why? Because they break down. So when you use that as like a soap and you wash a vegetable, they remove the pesticide, but that soap that is stuck on the vegetable is alright because it will break down. How many of you buy biodegradable cleaners and wash your vegetables with it? They're quite expensive anyway. Yeah? Have this machine, you don't need to buy that, because this water that's produced by the machine at a fraction of the cost can do that for you. When you have the machine, go back home and try it, you will see a big difference. Unfortunately, we didn't have the cherry tomatoes, because if we had that, we can taste the difference. Because that, where the vegetable, where the what do you call the pesticide they remove, the vegetable will taste like how the vegetables should taste. And you wouldn't have known this difference unless I point out to you, because you would have taken that taste, that sour, that astringent kind of a funny taste as the taste of the vegetable, when it is not. The vegetable tastes very nice. How do we know? Because in some houses, when they cook the vegetables, after washing it through this, the children eat the vegetables. And you and I know how difficult it is to get children to eat the vegetables. That's all because the taste is not there and they are more sensitive to it. Okay? So you've seen that. You've seen what it can do. So this water is good for cleaning. It's good for doing all sorts of cleaning because it clears away oil. So in your house, you can replace all your cleaning, caustic, non-earth friendly chemicals and throw that away and use this water. I remember when I was doing this window cleaning once with this thing called a Windex. Yeah, now they've got Kiwi and also the brand, but it was called Windex. And I went too close to the window and I sprayed it onto the window, and the mist hit the window and bounced back, and I breathed it, and it was like kind of like caused a bit of a burn. That's how bad it is. If you take this water, fill it up into that spray and spray it onto that glass, it will clean it as effectively, but without that caustic effect, without the chemical getting into your system. You can even take that and spray and remove your makeup with this strong alkaline water. It is much more friendlier to your skin, and you don't have to go and buy makeup removers. Yeah? Think of how much money you'll save with that. You don't need to buy toners, you don't need to buy makeup remover, you don't need to buy conditioner. Yeah? A lot of things. It's actually amazing, and you don't need to spend your money on a lot of this detergent and stuff. These things will clean it up. You can spray it and clean up all the grease after you're cooking. Is that good or what?
Yes.
Is that good?
Yes.
It's very good. It's excellent. Yeah, one machine does so much of things. Okay, so that's that. And then you've got this strong acid water. So people say, you keep telling us bad things about acid. Why do I need acid water? Yeah? This strong acid water has got a purpose. Okay? It will sterilize your household. Of late, there's a bit of a scare about SARS, right? New bird flu, right? Yeah. If you have this, you don't have to worry about that. Because keep it in a small little bottle. I don't know whether Desmond has a bottle. But every time when you go out, if you are afraid to touch the lift after somebody has touched it, just spray it with the acid water. You'll be alright. You carry it with you, you go in the hawker center and everything spraying, because within about 12 or 14 seconds, it will kill all the bacteria. Strong acid water. And it's the same strong acid water that you use to soak if you've got problem. If you've got Hong Kong food or athlete's food or whatever, like fungal infection, you soak in it, you will cure. Psoriasis and eczema, I can show you picture after picture of people who basically externally all they need to do is spray this strong acid water, and internally they drink the alkaline water. So you have an external cleansing and prevention of infection, and internally you detoxify, and the whole system literally cures you. I got a testimony from the father-in-law of my friend, this good friend whose mother had the leg amputated, who thanked me in an email saying thank you for introducing it, because I had given up hope. Because the specialist in the National Skin Center told me, I mean, this father-in-law is about 65 years old, around 65, and he said the specialist in the skin center told him there's no cure. You have to live with this, putting this steroidal cream on it. You can't do anything. And I gave him the solution, and he said, wow, it's curing, and I'm sure it'll cure very well, very soon. Because he said 80-90% of it is gone. Like what happened with that man that I told you. Yeah? So that's what it does. And there are several pictures. You can use this to sanitize your house, the strong acid water. Yeah? Let me go back one. Sorry. Yeah, this one. So you see the man, that's the restaurant, they're washing fish and vegetables. Yeah? And for general washing. See, typically what you need to do when you go to the market and buy anything, whether it's live produce or whether it's vegetables or whatever, the first thing you do, you don't know who has handled it. You don't know what kind of bacteria is on the surface, especially if you're buying chicken or fish or meat, right? First thing you do when you bring it back home, you soak it in the strong acid water for about 5 minutes. It kills off all the bacteria. Then you take it and soak it in strong alkaline water. It helps to remove all the preservatives, pesticides, herbicides that are stored inside. The meat and all becomes very tender. Then you take it and then cook it in Kangen water. That food will be more nutritious. There will be a lot more enzymes that your system will absorb. And guess what? It will stay fresh longer because it doesn't have the bacteria on it anymore. And this is a fact. This is from experience. Okay? That's what you do with that water. So, the picture tells you on the left side, the strong acid water, the man is gargling for sore throat. So if you've got a sore throat coming, you take the strong acid water and gargle. Now out there in the internet, there's a lot of people who try to scare you and they tell you, oh, this acid is very poisonous. Let me ask you a question. Because the water is made with something called electrolytic enhancer. That is the only water which has got something like extra salt in it to do that. If it was that poisonous, the company, do you think the company will tell you that you can do gargling with it? And outside there, the information they will have you believe that this water is poisonous, that is harmful to your system, because it has got something called sodium hypochlorite, which is a lot of rubbish actually. Because I've taken this water and gargled when you're just about to get sore throat, and you don't get it when you gargle with this. If you've got gingivitis or something, or ulcers, gargle with this. Rinse it 3 times, 4 times, it will disappear. Okay? So you see that in the restaurant, in sterilizing urinals, and that middle picture, they're treating the food, and on this side is also they're treating the food. Okay? In Japan, dentists use this. Instead of using just the normal water, they use this when they're treating the patient. Okay? This is a video, it's a pictures from a videograph. From a video, okay? That video that I told you about. So if you haven't seen it, ask the person who introduced you to this thing to show it to you. Okay? These are pictures of people with eczema. And to go from the left side to the right side, it took them about 2 weeks. To that person, it is miraculous. You know why? Because they've been suffering with that for 8 years or 10 years. That's what happens. If you speak to people who have got psoriasis and eczema, you will know. They think it's a lifelong affliction. They've been putting all sort of steroidal cream. Every cream is stronger than the other because your body gets used to it and you need a stronger dose of steroids. And they have been struggling with that, and this water cures them like this in 2 weeks. Yeah? This was from KL. Think of the relief a parent would have. Think of the trauma they would have when they see a baby's face like that with this kind of psoriasis on the face. And this person, all they did was spray the strong acid water on the baby. They didn't make the baby drink alkaline. Because baby by nature are alkaline. When you are born, you are alkaline. When you die, you are very acidic. Okay? When you are born in an amniotic fluid, and the amniotic fluid, when you test it, it is alkaline. As you get sick, if you test the blood of a very sick elderly person, it will be acidic. Okay? This is for acne. Okay? This is another person, I think it's from Malaysia, right? From here. From here, Malaysia, from here.
Filipino.
Oh yeah, Filipino in Singapore. And gave a picture. Look at the picture on the left. And that's actually pus on the skin. That's psoriasis. It's an extreme case of psoriasis. And look at how it looks. And the difference, January 26 to March 14. These are real pictures, real people. Okay? This is Desmond's brother-in-law, right? Brother-in-law, who initially didn't believe it, despite the fact that Desmond was evangelical about it. But today they are firm believers. Why? Because the diabetic patient's leg has gone from how it looked on the left side to how it looks on the right side. It's the same person's leg. And all within 4 weeks. This is
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. Psoriasis, the hand. When I first, and it only took a couple of weeks to go from there to there. And over here, the hand, when I saw, it's not because she put any moisturizer. It is so soft and so nice, and she's 60 something years old. How many of you would like to have such moisturized, nice soft skin when you're 60 something years old? Okay? Now, on and on we can go. I'm going to cut it short now. This is the kind of thing that you see. When you've got gangrene and all that, when people have got that bad a gangrene infection and rotting away, and they may not be able to save the toes, but at least they save the feet. So in short, this is what you have, okay? With the machine, if you were to make the decision to buy it. Yeah? Quality, reliability, and a lot of health values, health results, okay? It filters chlorine, lead, rust, and heavy metals and odor. It is a machine, the only machine in the market which can produce the two spectrums of water of 2.5 strong acid and 11.5 strong alkaline. Both of it are very, very, very useful in your house, okay, to keep your family safe. Automated self-cleaning process it has, which makes this machine last very long. It has got a proprietary deep cleaning process, which is easy to be done. It doesn't cost extraordinary amounts of money or something. It's easy to do. Okay? It's got 5 years warranty and 15 years life expectancy. There's not a single machine out there which will give you this, which will tell you. And 15 years is a conservative estimate, because we know that the oldest machine is 20 over years and still producing the water like it's very new. It's got it has got the best electrolytic chamber, which is the reason why the water is the way it is, why it's of such high quality. And the ORP in it, the negative ORP, lasts for as long as it does. I did a test with a competitor's product. When I took the water initially out, it was reading -400. So I said, okay, it's good. The machine was about 2 years old. Then I brought my water out and I tested. Mine was about -700 something. Within 20 minutes later, when I tested the same water again, the water which produced by the competitor's machine at -400 something, the ORP dropped to -150 something. And the water that I brought there was 1.5 hours old, because I made it in my house and then I kept it and dressed up and I went to his house. And it only dropped by about 40 or 50, it was -715. And this was explained by Dr. Dave Carpenter. He had 7 different machines and he thought they would work equally well. He gave the water and none of his patients came back to collect it because there was no effect. Until he bought this machine and the water made a lot of difference. And now he was distributing about 400 gallons of water every day from his clinic because of the new machine. Okay? Another topic, we'll talk about it another time if you guys are interested in it. But that's what we're talking about. The quality is outstanding. That's why this man, after he gives all the things, all the reason why, he gives a different cures for cancer. And he recommends taking ionized alkaline water. And he says you can go out there in the market, buy whatever machine that you want to buy. You may have your reasons. But for me, the only machine that will do for my parents, for my family, is this machine. Because of its quality. Okay? And because of its effectiveness. Okay? So anyway, I don't want to talk about this. In a nutshell, this is it. This is the only machine with a gold standard by the Water Quality Authority in USA. What all this means, you can ask the person who brought you here. So I'm going to wrap it up now. It's approved as a medical device by Japanese Ministry of Health. It started as a medical device for Japanese hospitals. Therefore, they still maintain the quality. And none of the competitors want to even fight with the quality because they think it doesn't make any difference. But it does. Okay? The only ionizer which is endorsed by Japanese Association of Preventive Medicine for Adult Disease. This is an organization which represents 6,500 trained medical doctors from Japan, Japanese doctors. And they look into all sorts of equipment and devices that people need to prevent degenerative disease, adult degenerative disease. And in the water ionization category, there's only one machine that they recommend, and that is this machine. And you can see the certificates outside. It's also prescribed by Hiromi Shinya, whom I told you, the guy who has done more than 370,000 colonoscopies. He recommends it very highly. And then by the American Anti-Cancer Institute, and earlier there was this Dr. Colleen Allen, who's a brain specialist, and she talks about how the brain is 90% water, and how when she takes this water and uses it in her treatment plan for special needs kids, like autistic kids and all that, they respond a lot better. The treatment plan, their response is much better, and when she gives them this water. Okay? There is a video of her giving a talk, almost like a 2-hour video in the YouTube. If you want to, you can Google her name and find that. Okay? And then it is also rated as #1 by this website called the Truthful Ionizer Review. Okay? In it they rate about 4 machines, and they name Enagic's all 3 machines as the #1, 2 and 3, and the 4th machine is some other machine, and then the rest they don't even rate them at all. Okay? Now that's what we're talking about. Okay? Now earlier I told you a little bit of a story, right? I told you a little bit of a story about this doctor whose friend had cancer. You all know what happened to him? He died 1 year later. Because he was healthy. 6 months later he got cancer. He went through the medical system and they only treat symptoms, radiation, chemotherapy. 6 months later he died. So total of 1 year he died. Sad, isn't it? My friend's mother, her leg was amputated, and this friend came to me because the doctor said your mom is not responding to her treatment. They had pumped her up with a lot of antibiotics. So she then screwed up her stomach. She couldn't eat anything. She was very weak. So when he came to me, I said, okay, try this. This is what they say. Soak the feet in strong acid water and make her drink about 5 liters of alkaline water to cure. He went back and the wound specialist in SGH said, it is not our protocol. It is not our protocol to let water touch the wound. And she's in a high dependency ward. So I said, okay, you can't wash the wound, you are under her purview, you're not discharged. But you can't stop her from drinking the alkaline water, so make her drink it. And the sister camped overnight. He came to me on a Wednesday, took the water. On Thursday, she stayed in the hospital and fed the mother as much water as she could. On Friday morning, he called me up and said, Thiru, can I have more of the water? Normally, when I give people and say drink 2-3 liters, they keep it for 3-4 days. Yeah? But it happened, he drank. So he came back and I said, what happened? He said, my mom, who was so weak and almost like a dying stage, she's sitting up and eating food and talking. So I said, okay, I live in Chinatown, here in SGH. I said, you wait there, I'll come, and I brought 5 liters of, that means 10 liters of alkaline water, and I said, make her drink. She drank throughout the weekend. On Monday, the doctor came up to check, and guess what they said? They said, we are very happy. Your mom is responding very well to our treatment. She can get discharged on Friday this week. Now think about that. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the previous week, the diagnosis was your mom is not responding. We are worried. Your mom is not responding. We got to move her in a high dependency ward. Wednesday he took the water, Thursday she drank it, Friday she's sitting up and eating fruit. And by Monday they tell her this. Isn't that amazing? That's what happened, and that's a true story. Which is why I'm very passionate about this, and very evangelical about it. Because not knowing all these things, I was doing whatever it is I was doing and doing a lot of damage to my system. So a lot of you out there may think, oh, I'm healthy. Are you really? Even when you go and do a test, they don't test you for acid alkaline balance. And your body might be right for cancer and things like that to really strike. Because having an acid body is like feeding hay to fire. If cancer is fire, having an acid body is like feeding hay to fire. One day it will explode. You see, in your body, you, me, and every one of us, we've got cancer cells. All of us have. But we also have natural killer cells. So every time the cancer cells come out, the natural killer cells come up and they fight and they kill them down. They keep them in check. Unless you provide the fuel to these cancer cells. Now when your body is very acidic, comes a tipping point, and then these cancer cells propagate so much, your natural killer cells cannot cope with it anymore, and they get overwhelmed, and you've got cancer. And today's medical profession will treat the tumor as if that's a cancer. That's not the cancer, that's a symptom of the cancer. What caused the tumor to grow is your lifestyle. I know this because I was trying to treat a patient who's cancer patient. End stage, they've given up hope. Okay, one friend mentioned this and I went down to give a talk. And as I went there to the house to try and talk about this cancer, and I looked around at all the food, I read this book, end to end. So I know what is called cancer food. Cancer food means food that feeds cancer. Sugar is one of it. Carbohydrate is another. Beer and all that, no. Coffee, no. Right? For him, towards his last days, guess what they were doing? He had all the food that was very acidic in nature. He had satay and he had this gravy and everything. I couldn't say anything. Then I began to realize why. Because the doctors do not educate the patient on the diet side of it. Because they don't know, they don't care about this. All they care about is treating it with radiation or chemotherapy and killing the cells, which is not the solution. Because by removing or cutting away the tumor, you are not taking away the root cause. What is the root cause? The root cause of the body is very acidic. You get the picture where I'm getting down to. So that's what we're all about. So which is the reason why I'm so passionate about this thing, because it can make a difference when you go out there. When you have the machine, I tell you what you have. You have a power in your hand. You have a power in your hand to change your lifestyle. Simple. Stop drinking all the other waters and drink this water. I drink this 2-liter water wherever I go. Okay, wherever I can I drink. I don't drink all this aerated water anymore. Okay? It's up to you, it's a choice. Okay? I still drink my coffee. I still drink my wine, I still drink my beer once in a while. But I know what I am doing. You know? You get a power in your hand to do a couple of things. One, to help your whole family to detoxify, which we need. To have your whole family to stop from cultivating a body which will feed all these diseases. You can stop that. And the other waters that you have, you can use those waters to stop introducing poison. There are two things we need to do. We have lived all this while. You are lucky, you are still young. We have lived all this while, we have poisoned ourselves for such a long time. So there's two aspects to getting back our health. One, we need to detoxify all the rubbish that we have been putting inside. And two, we got to stop poisoning ourselves even more. So with this water, you can stop it. By washing the vegetables with this water, you can prevent the poison from getting into your system. Think of what you are doing. You are no longer poisoning your family, your loved ones. You have the strong acid water, you can spray, you can keep the house bacteria free. How useful would that be? So think about that. And then, better yet, you can touch other people's lives because you can take this water and give it to people free. Because it costs you nothing. Practically nothing. The electricity consumption is very little. All you're giving away will be water, but the water will be water of life. And in that process, you may affect them. What would that make you feel? Think about it. Yes? Let me conclude now with this, but would you all like to hear any testimony? Is there a need for that? Or have I been very good enough and going to go out there and go and buy the machine? Okay, no questions, nothing. I want to end off with this, okay? There are only three types of people in this world. One is no matter what they hear, no matter how good it is and all that, they will never believe it. They will never believe it. They say it's too good to be true. Regardless of whatever happens, regardless at conscious level or unconscious level, when they get the information, they will turn around and say, no, I don't believe it, it's all bullshit, and they'll continue living my life. Fine. It's your choice. Yeah? The second group of people will say, yes, your information looks very good, everything is good, but I need to experience it myself. How many of you are like that? And good. Oh, you are one of them, okay. But you need to experience that, which is good, yeah? Because I was like that. That's why I took 1 month to decide, but I tried the water. My friend decided in 5 days. Some people after the presentation, they will decide, they say, everything is there and I'll go. Okay? So the second group of people, fine. Decide. You have now got information in your hand. You know the causes, the root causes of disease. Decide what you want to do. And I hope in the deepness of my heart that you would make the decision to at least try the water. Try the water and make a commitment to try the water regularly. Because a lot of people take it and then they say, oh, it's difficult to go and collect and everything, and they drop, and they're doing a lot more disservice to themselves and to the people around them whom they can actually influence. Okay? So that's the second category of people. You need to experience it yourself. The third group of people will listen to this thing and understand all the information and everything, and they say, fine, I'm jumping into it, I'm buying it because it makes sense. Whichever category you are who you are. Okay? But you are now a different person, I hope, because you've got more information. And when you go out there, do something about it, because it's in your hands. Okay? With that, thank you. If you've got no questions, can we take questions? No, I think we can take questions. Yes, 1 or 2 questions. Go ahead.
About
pH 2.5 is the strong acidic water.
the skin
Any sort of skin condition?
ulcers.
Ulcers, yes. Yes.
Because,
You,
we want to introduce, so we want to be sure with the right kind of hours.
sorry, I can't hear. Maybe you can try speaking into this and then you, so that everybody else can hear. Try. I hope it works. If it doesn't, I'll give you my mic. Okay, hold this.
Okay, we
Try.
okay, this 2.5, okay?
2.5, yeah.
It's for the skin,
Mhm.
like eczema and so on, right?
Yes, you spray it externally.
We have a friend who stayed at our place. He had this kind of infection
Okay.
since 2000
Okay.
until today.
Uh-huh.
And he's been suffering with bandage all the time. So yesterday we approached him about this.
Okay.
He said it's a kind of fungus he had.
Okay.
And it never seemed to heal.
Okay.
He has been going to polyclinic every week to
Mhm.
get